Hello folks, and welcome to another Kent Models video. In this one we're going to talk about flattening down your paintwork or even your top coat with some fine abrasives and using our hyper polish to bring it back up to a nice glossy finish. Now the reason you set about doing this is maybe if you've got a kind of orange peel effect on your paint, you can probably see in the camera there, it's not a completely flat finish. So as long as we put enough paint on, we can actually do much better than this. So we can flatten it down, get rid of some of that orange peel, and then once we're happy we've flattened it down, we can polish it back up again. Now this is going to make your model really pop if you spend time doing this. It's quite laborious to do it because obviously the models are so small and so fickle, but if you take your time and are very careful with it, actually you can make your model look superb. So in our shop you'll find, of course, our pack of abrasives. Now in the pack it comes there's 3 different kinds and 3 different grades of abrasives, depending just how aggressive you want to be. Today I'm going to use the 1500 grade paper. I've also got just a little jar of water, because I'm going to use that with the paper, and then once we're done we're going to buff it back up again. So what I've done, I've got a sacrificial kit here, and I'm just going to mask up. We're going to do this bonnet. Now obviously I'm not going to be too careful about how I do this because it's only for the video, but I'm going to mask it up just so you can see the difference of before and after. So I haven't touched this kit. Now I'm going to be quite cavalier about how I do it, because I'm doing it more of a speed than a quality, just for the video. So first of all, we'll assume that I've got enough paint on my car. Now I'm going to wet my abrasives, and I'm going to start slowly in small circular motions. I'm going to start rubbing down the paint. Now clearly you need to be quite confident you've got enough paint on the car to be able to do this, and you'll need to make sure that you try to keep away from sharp edges or any contour lines in the body, because you're going to pick those up and rub those down much quicker. So flat surfaces such as the bonnet on this particular car or the roof and those kind of things, they're relatively straightforward to do. When you start to come around to these areas, you need to be extremely careful, otherwise it's very, very easy just to cut through your paint and ruin your paint job, and obviously you need to start again. So I'll keep the water flowing. So all I'm doing is taking a very, very fine layer of paint off the surface. Now I'll check it every now and then to see what sort of progress I've made. By drying it I can also see if I've done a good enough job and any places where I need to concentrate a little bit more. You know, it's very difficult for you to see there on the camera, but what I was now got lots of my orange paint coming off, and the water just acts as a lubricant between the abrasive sheet and your paint job. So that's pretty much as far as I want to go with that for now. So as you can see, just to peel that back a bit, you can see just how much I've rubbed down. See that? The paint's a lot flatter now. In actual fact, on this test kit, I've probably gone just a little bit too far. I can see the beginnings of the primer there. When I painted this kit, it wasn't for the purpose of doing this video, so I didn't particularly put a lot of paint on it. So now, with the hyper polish, I can apply the tiniest amount. See, tiny bit. And just like your large car on your drive, I can start polishing it. Now, there's a massive difference between waxing and polishing. Forgive me if you already know this, but a wax that you put on your normal car is literally just to give an extra depth of shine to a polished surface that's already there. Whereas a polished product will actually polish the surface and buff out any imperfections, and that's a big difference. So this is a polish, so obviously what we're trying to do is to get rid of some of the sanding marks from my abrasive sheet and try to bring some of the shine back on the flat surface, which it's done. So if I take this off, you can now see a major difference between the abrasive side, which has now been polished just quickly, and the original side, which has still got a level of orange peel. Now if I was to continue all the way around the car with this, this is going to really make this car look like it's had a professional paint job rather than one from a spray can or an airbrush. So once you've completed your kit, this is another step to really make the kit pop. Now what you need to bear in mind is the drying time. You really need the paint to have gone off maybe for at least a couple of days, so it's nice and hard before you start attempting to polish anything, and certainly to rub it in, rub it down. So you'll find the pack of finishing abrasives on our website, as well as the hyper polish. This polish has been carefully made for us by Clears. Clears is a very, very specialist car care product range. It actually comes from the normal car range of products, and essentially it's been put into these small bottles just for model making. So that's the reason why they appear that way. Obviously you could experiment with all manner of different products, from your shelf in the garage, but we've gone through all of the different products from Clears, and this is the one that works really well. So I'd very much encourage you to try the abrasives with the water. Once you're happy with that, polishing it back up with hyper polish. Of course you could go a little bit further and use a microfiber cloth to buff it even more, and of course once it's all polished you could then apply a coat of wax as well. Hopefully you find this interesting. If you've got any questions about either the abrasives or the hyper polish or finishes and top coats in particular, then of course as always drop us an email, get in touch. Thank you.